let's talk about the income of a multifamily property, guys. It's many ways, right, to make money in commercial multifamily properties. And you got to make sure when you're doing those numbers, man, try to make sure you include all that. I'm pretty sure they're going to show you where they're making money at. But if you can think of something outside that they may not even thinking about, that's something you can add to the amount of money that you're going to be making once you go ahead and unload this over to somebody else, right? So let's say they got carports there, right? And maybe on the performance sheet or whatever, or the profit and loss sheet, they're not including that into the income, right? And with covered parking, you can charge $100 a month for it, right? So each dollar bill that you bring into that deal can be a multiple.
So that's
You can
why.
raise that property value up
Oh,
tremendously.
I get it.
You
I
know what I'm
get it.
saying?
I
Yeah,
get it.
tremendously. I
Yeah.
mean, even from a soda machine, you know what I'm saying? Even from
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Trash
Exactly.
yeah, like
pickup.
it's yeah, man. Yeah. What'd you say, Jay?
Trash pickup at the door.
Trash pickup
I
at the
thought you said
door.
something.
Yeah,
Trash
Say
trash
it one
pickup
more
at the
pickup
time.
at the
door.
door, man. It's a value.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of factors. So you just got to make sure when you're going over it, kind of go over with a small tooth comb and to make sure you're getting everything out of it.
Yeah, such
It's
things
huge. It's huge.
like washer dryers. If you had, a room for the washer dryers, there's revenue you can count. Obviously, there's some expenses because of that for maintenance and things like that, but that is another revenue
Yeah.
source.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah. So
Add them
so
up. Yeah.
yeah, man. And that kind of goes along with expenses as well. Like he was talking about the expenses, man. So you have to make sure when you put your offer in, you got to include all that. So let's say you're dealing with a mom and pop, they got a 20 unit, right? A lot of 20 units of mom and pop is they're running it themselves, right? So they're
Yeah.
managing it themselves. So you have to put that thing together as if you're not going to be managing it. So it's a fee that they probably not included in that, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
so what
wild you
we
said that.
normally do is like 55%. Say it again.
It's wild you said that because I'm looking at something now, and it's a coffee shop and bakery that's for sale with a drive-through. The owner was in a car accident, so they got to sell the business. And that literally just touched base with what you was just saying. Like, if
Yeah,
you remove you
it's a
and they
lot. It's
can't
a lot of
run,
different things they can
it,
do.
you know what I mean? If you remove yourself and it don't run, it's all bad.
Can't run. So in your numbers, you have to include that as if you're gonna get you a management team to manage it. So you got to
Yeah,
factor that in. They're not gonna do that, but you have to do that, and that has to be part of your numbers, part of the expenses. Like um, man, Cody was talking about too, man, as far as the mortgage is concerned. If you're gonna use debt service, got to make sure that you add that into it as well. Very important, man. you know,
definitely, most
very
definitely.
important.
So who are the if somebody watching, right? Somebody watching and they want to get in commercial, real estate, and they don't know nothing about it. They got a great deal. It's cash flowing, and they got no money and no credit, right? Who are the lenders, for these guys, right? Because I know they out there, right? Lenders that are literally just lend on the deal, right? Just because it's cash flow, right? And Cody, I'm pretty sure you probably know where those guys are.
Well, from my perspective, I would look at for an acquisition of an apartment complex, I would look at a syndication. Uh, but there's a lot of investors out there that won't get involved in a syndication unless somebody has some experience with that previously. So you've got to demonstrate that. But as I'm looking, Lenny, as you were describing that 800 unit complex that has in various 4 states, my thought is, again, because I come from the banker side of things, is how is somebody going to finance that acquisition? And in most situations, it's going to be through a syndication. You can go out and get
Yeah,
bank financing on it. It's not going to be as attractive as it might be. And so if that's the way you want to get into it, then you can syndicate from your friends and family to begin with. That would be the way to do it. That would be the way to get your feet wet. So if you really want to be systematic about it, go and find that 15 to 20 unit apartment complex. And, maybe that's a more modest type of acquisition cost. And then network with guys like you, network with people within your local real estate investor association, network with with your friends and families, and put together a syndication where you can have the cash to pay cash for that unit, and then the income that comes in on it gets distributed back to the investors in the syndication based on a prorated amount that they've deposited in that. So if you need $1 million and you can come up with 10 people that could put 100 grand into that, you've got your syndication.
Yeah, just like that. Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
you don't have to worry about all the lender garbage.
That's awesome.
Because I'm a lender. I know what the garbage is.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah. So like like you said with the 800 units, like you talked about, we definitely want to see if it will break it up a little bit, because not everybody can acquire 800 units. That's a lot.
I mean, you ain't got to buy them all. You ain't got to buy them all. Like I said, the sellers up for everything.
Exactly. So and like you were saying, you have a lot of real clubs, man, and in pretty much every state. And if it's a great deal, they'll come looking for you. But if you're dealing with a person, you try to find the most experienced syndicator, syndication, a guy, whatever the case is. And what you want to do, and say in that situation, what I would do, I'm like, so I'm bringing a deal to you. I need to be equity partner in this deal, because you bringing the deal to them is valuable.
See, I got a deal like I said. So, that goes back to what I was saying. We having lunch Thursday with some buyers, meet the buyers and the sellers, and we sitting down. And a few of these options, I'm thinking about 5%.
Listen, the most important part of this deal, if you got a smoking hot deal, the most important part is the hardest part is finding the deal. There's more money out there than there are deals. So you already found the deal already, and we know it's a solid deal. You can negotiate that deal. You say, "Listen, man, I need to be be a partner in this deal, but at the same time, I need you to teach me. You need to walk me through every step of this deal. I want to be present. So that way, when you get to that point to where you want to syndicate, you will know what it takes. You got the experience and everything, right? So 5%, that's not too bad. I guess it depends on how much the deal is or whatever the case is, but yeah, you deserve something.
I mean 5% equity in the building, bro. I ain't talking about 5% off the purchase price. I'm talking about ownership. I want 5% in the building as long as it's being held by the owners.
Yeah, I mean, take a shot. I
want to take some monthly. I like residuals. I like residuals, right?
Yeah,
that's
listen.
That's you know what I mean. I like to keep it coming.
But this is the way that we're trying to do the deals, right? So we're negotiating the upfront fee. We're negotiating equity position, which means we're gonna make money in 5 years and then get ready to sell it.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen. The most important part of this is the deal, and let them make a decision if they want to do it or not. But you don't leave nothing on the table. You at least try to get everything off the table, right? And if they negotiate, say, look, we'll make you an X amount of percent every single, month, we're gonna pay you this amount, and you get equity position, but then we got to cut half on that upfront fee. Okay, cool. You twist my arm, man. Let's go. Yeah, right. But if you don't offer it, you don't ask for it, you won't get it.
Yeah, for sure.
So money up front, equity position, which means, and then you get that quarter money every month. You guys gonna get on the Zoom call to talk about the property. But in that 3 months, you're gonna get a little money hit your bank account. And when you get ready to sell that thing in 3, 4, 5 years, or whatever the case is, you'll get a nice little piece of change as well, along with the experience that you experience and the people that's around you that you got a chance to meet. It's priceless. You in the game now.
Yeah.
You in the game, bro. Off one deal, you in the game.